Let's get real for a second. Most people won't tell you to your face they have a problem with you, especially if you hold some power, some influence. Like Julius Caesar back in Rome. He thought he had allies, friends, people who respected him. Turns out, not so much. They smiled to his face while sharpening knives behind his back. Sound familiar? Maybe not the knives part, hopefully, but that feeling, that sense that someone close is hiding something. I've been there, thinking someone was solid, only to realize later they were secretly hoping I'd stumble. It's brutal, but here's the truth. If you don't recognize the signs, the real signs hidden beneath the surface, you'll waste energy on people who are just waiting for their moment. Caesar missed them, blinded perhaps by his own power, and paid the ultimate price on the Ides of March, 44 BC. So, let's dissect 7 signs your inner circle might be plotting your downfall, metaphorically or otherwise, using Caesar's fatal oversight as our historical case study. And stick around. That 7th sign is the one they really count on you ignoring. Ancient Rome. Caesar's basically the boss. Some senators? Not happy. They feared his power, envied his success, so they plotted. But how did it look before the actual event? That's where the lessons are for us. First sign, compliments that sting like insults. We've all gotten one. Someone says something nice, but it leaves you feeling weird. Historians like Plutarch and Suetonius document the political theater of the Roman Senate, where praising Caesar became mandatory. Picture a senator saying, "Hail Caesar, your victory was unexpectedly swift," or "Such power is magnificent, though it must weigh heavily." Sounds okay? Not really. That's cognitive dissonance in action. Their brain hates the disconnect between forced praise and inner resentment. That conflict leaks out as awkwardness, a subtle barb hidden in the compliment. It's designed to fulfill the obligation while still expressing negativity. I had a boss once say, "Good job hitting that target. Didn't think you had it in you. Thanks," or not. These aren't genuine compliments. They're designed to subtly undermine you, keep you in your place while they maintain plausible deniability. Don't just brush these off. A pattern of compliments that feel off isn't just awkwardness. It's a warning flare. Their hidden feelings are bubbling up. Second sign, they subtly exclude you. Ever feel like you missed the memo on everything? Key meetings, important updates, even casual hangouts? Caesar likely experienced this as the conspiracy solidified. The plotters, led by figures like Cassius and Decimus Brutus, who was skilled at managing access to Caesar, needed to control information flow. They'd hold secret meetings, disguised perhaps as mundane senatorial business, deliberately bypassing Caesar. This is textbook strategic exclusion, a core tactic in in-out group dynamics. By forming a tight yes, the conspirators, and defining them, Caesar, they build solidarity and isolate the target. It prevents leaks and makes the target less aware of the shifting ground. Let's be real, when it happens consistently, it's rarely an accident. I remember seeing photos pop up online. A bunch of people I thought I was close with, out having a great time at something I would have loved. The excuses later? "Oh, it was last minute. Thought you were busy." If they genuinely wanted you there, you'd know. This isn't just thoughtlessness. It's often deliberate social exclusion. It's a cowardly way to push you out without confrontation. They hope you'll just fade away. Don't let them. If you notice you're constantly on the outside looking in, it's not just bad luck. It's a sign you're being intentionally sidelined. Third sign, their body language screams discomfort. People can lie with words, but the body? It often tells the truth. Think about Caesar interacting with senators who were secretly plotting his death. Imagine the forced smiles, the averted gazes, the slight stiffness. That's nonverbal leakage. When someone feels guilt, anxiety, or hidden hostility, their body often betrays them. Maybe they can't hold eye contact with you anymore. They might physically distance themselves, turn slightly away, fidget nervously. I had a colleague once who was warm with everyone else, but around me, stiff as a board, minimal eye contact, almost recoiling from a handshake. It wasn't just their personality, it was selective. Here's the controversial part. Sure, some people aren't touchy-feely, but when it's just with you, when they're relaxed with others but tense around you, pay attention. Their body is screaming discomfort, maybe even dislike, louder than any words they're saying. Don't ignore that gut feeling, telling you something's physically off in your interactions. Fourth sign, sabotage with a smile. This one drives me nuts. Direct confrontation is scary for most people, especially against someone perceived as powerful. Open defiance against Caesar was suicidal. So, what could disgruntled senators do? Employ passive aggression. This is hostility expressed indirectly, wrapped in plausible deniability. Think, conveniently misinterpreting Caesar's decrees to cause delays. Raising endless, nitpicking procedural objections. Making sharp-edged jokes about ambition during feasts, disguised as banter. But the cumulative effect is undermining. It's the same today. Forgetting to pass on important information. Misunderstanding instructions repeatedly. Making sarcastic jokes that always seem to target your weaknesses. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. Each incident seems small, deniable. Whoops, my bad. But the pattern reveals the intent to obstruct, undermine, and annoy you without taking direct responsibility. It's hostility hiding behind incompetence or feigned helpfulness. If you find yourself constantly dealing with someone's convenient mistakes or veiled insults masked as banter, recognize it for what it is. It's aggression, just delivered indirectly. It's a sign they resent you, but lack the courage to say it. All right, quick gut check for everyone watching. Thinking about your own experiences, which of these signs feels the most unsettling when you notice it directed at you? That subtle exclusion? Or maybe the body language shift? Drop your thought in the comments. I'm genuinely curious which one hits hardest for most people. Okay, moving on. Fifth sign, secret conversations and inside jokes. The plot against Caesar wasn't a Senate-wide committee. It was a core group, Cassius, Brutus, Casca, Cinna, and others, who met secretly, maybe in private homes, away from the forum's bustle. They carefully recruited others, building their conspiracy layer by layer. This is how group polarization works in secret factions. Like-minded individuals, isolated from dissenting views, reinforce each other's beliefs and often become more extreme. They create an echo chamber and demonize the target. Notice a clique forming within your own circles? Whispered conversations? Inside jokes you're not part of? A subtle us versus them boundary? That's how hidden agendas gain momentum. That subgroup might be where the real decisions or the real negativity towards you are brewing. Sixth sign. Formality replaces familiarity. This one hurts, especially if it comes from someone you were once close to, where there was warmth, casual chat, maybe physical ease like a friendly pat on the back. Now there's formality, stiffness, emotional distance. As the Ides of March neared, senators who once sought Caesar's favor or enjoyed his friendship may have pulled back. Perhaps interactions became strictly formal, adhering rigidly to titles and protocol where ease existed before. This is emotional distancing. Psychologically, creating emotional space makes it easier to act against someone, especially if there was a prior connection, like Brutus and Caesar. It reduces guilt and slightly dehumanizes the target in the plotter's mind. It makes the act easier, less personal. If someone who used to be warm and open with you suddenly becomes consistently cool, overly professional, or avoids personal connection without a clear reason, they might be building a wall. That distance is often preparation for a separation, whether it's ending a friendship, pushing you out of a team, or, well, you know. And finally, the seventh sign, the one that's often missed because it masquerades as care. They weaponize your weaknesses as concern. This is insidious. Instead of directly attacking your strengths, they focus on your flaws, but frame it as worry. Plutarch mentions concerns were voiced about Caesar's health, as he possibly had epilepsy. Picture senators gravely saying, "We worry for Caesar's well-being. Such burdens are immense," subtly suggesting he's unfit. This is concern trolling, using fake empathy to criticize or sow doubt. "I'm just worried you're burning out," says the colleague, who then details your slightest error. "Are you sure you can handle this project?" asks the friend who wants it for themselves. They weaponize your perceived flaws under the banner of caring. Here's the hard truth. Genuine support empowers you. This tactic aims to diminish you while making the attacker look compassionate. Trust your gut. If someone's concern consistently leaves you feeling smaller or less capable, it's likely not concern at all. It's criticism wearing a very convincing disguise. So, there you have it. 7 signs, pulled from the playbook that ended Caesar, that are still used today. Backhanded compliments, exclusion, weird body language, passive aggression, clicks, the freeze out, and concern trolling. The point isn't to make you paranoid. Most people are decent, but you need to be aware. Don't look for isolated incidents. Look for patterns. Look for clusters of these signs. Trust your gut when something feels consistently off. Caesar's story is a brutal reminder that power, envy, and fear are a dangerous cocktail and can hide anywhere. He was blinded, maybe by his own success, maybe by dismissing the whispers. Understanding these tactics isn't about becoming cynical. It's about becoming discerning. It's about protecting your energy, your peace, and your position by recognizing manipulation before it causes real damage. What do you think? Did any of these hit close to home? Ever seen these tactics play out in your own life or observed them elsewhere? Share your thoughts below. The more we talk about this stuff, the better equipped we all are. If this breakdown gave you something to think about, hit that like button, subscribe for more explorations into the shadows of human behavior through history, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Stay sharp, stay aware. Don't let anyone dim your light, especially those pretending to hold the lamp for you. Thanks for watching.